Good morning, everybody. My name is Masagana Sethaimkwei. I welcome you to this live broadcast on Alliance in Motion Global. Today, I'm going to speak on the topic, the 4 degrees of action in AIM Global. In the chapter 7 of the book, The 10-Time Rule, the writer, Mr. Grant Cardone, spoke about 4 degrees of action that people take in the business world. Today, I want us to draw some lessons from this chapter and see how it relates to those of us involved in network marketing in general and Alliance in Motion Global in particular. But the one question that Mr. Cardone said he's been receiving from people for a long time is exactly how much action is necessary to create success. Not surprisingly, everyone is looking for a shortcut, even though there are no shortcuts to success. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. To take the elevator means trying to bypass the hard work and the consistent effort needed to become successful. The more action you take, the better your chances are of getting a break. Disciplined, consistent, and persistent actions are arguably more important in determining success than any other combination of attributes. Understanding how to calculate and then take the right amount of action is more important than even your concept, your idea, your products, your inventions, your business plan, or even your marketing plan. Most people fail, especially in Alliance in Motion Global, only because they are operating at the wrong degree of action. To simplify action, Mr. Cardone in his book broke down the choices into 4 simple categories or degrees of action. And we are going to go through these 4 degrees of action, and I hope at the end of this presentation you are going to determine for yourself the degree or the level of action that you are taking in your AIM Global business. This is going to help us all see why we are failing and why we are succeeding in AIM Global. And if you are yet to join Alliance in Motion, it is going to help you to know the right level or degree of action you should take if you join this amazing opportunity that is turning ordinary people into extraordinary millionaires in more than 200 countries worldwide. Number 1, do nothing. That is the first degree of action people take in AIM Global. Do nothing. Do nothing is exactly what it means. No longer taking action to move yourself forward in order to learn, in order to achieve, and in order to control something. People who do nothing in their careers, relationship, or whatever they want have probably given up on their dreams and are now willing to accept pretty whatever comes their way. People in this group will find themselves spending time and energy justifying their situation. The person not taking action has to make excuses for his or her condition. And the people in AIM Global who don't take action usually have excuses like, I am too far from the office, I cannot speak, I cannot convince anybody to join, I cannot sell, I don't have time, I am too busy, it is too difficult, the work is hard, people have rejected me, people have said no, I am therefore discouraged. These are only excuses given by people in order to justify they are not taking action. So if you find yourself giving these excuses, know from today that you are in the group of people who do nothing. And when you do nothing, you get nothing. It is said that nothing ventured, nothing gained. The second degree of action is what we call retreat. Retreaters are those who take action in reverse. Unlike do-nothings who are not doing anything at all, retreaters actually take action that will probably move them away from going towards their dreams. Probably they retreat in order to avoid negative experiences that they imagine will come or happen as a result of the action that they are likely or they are expected to take. They move in the opposite direction of their goals. The retreaters personifies the fear of success phenomenon. He or she has experienced results that were not fruitful and has therefore decided to avoid taking further action that might prompt the failure they experience to occur again. Like the do-nothings, retreaters justify their responses and believe it is in their best interest to remain operating at their current level. Retreaters claim to be doing so in order to avoid more rejection or failures. It is almost never the actual rejection or failure that has impacted them. More often than not, it is their impression and evaluation of what failing and rejection mean that is causing them to retreat. Unlike do-nothing, retreaters actually move away from their dreams. For example, if you have an event in town, the do-nothingness may still stay around town but will not attend the event. But for the retreaters, they will actually move out of town so that you cannot even get them to speak to them. When you call them, they will not pick, they will put off their phone. Why? Because they don't even want you to talk to them about anything. They do things that will move them away from moving towards their dreams. The third degree of action is what we call normal action. People who take normal action are those whose action sound like acceptable. People who take normal action are probably the most prevalent in our society. This is the group that appears on the surface to be taking the necessary amount of action and to be normal. This level of action creates the middle class and is actually the most dangerous because it is considered acceptable. It is considered normal. It is considered okay. It is taken to be like they are doing well, they are trying to do something, they are doing their best, they are making effort, they are trying to put in effort. And so it is accepted as the normal. And that is why the majority of people in the world and the majority of people in AIM Global are in this category. They are normal action takers. They do the normal. And that is dangerous. Because if you do nothing or you retreat, people will realize it and they will decide to help you, talk to you, encourage you, and do everything possible to cause you to take right action. But if you are normal, it will be accepted most of the time, so people might not give you enough attention. Yet, you are not doing enough to achieve your dreams. That is where the danger is. Mr. John L. Mason has a book titled An Enemy Called Average: The Key to Unlocking Your Dreams. Being average, being normal is one of the biggest enemy anybody can have. And so if there is something you can do in order to achieve success in AIM Global, you must make sure you never take normal or average action. Mr. Mason has another book titled Conquering an Enemy Conquering an Enemy Called Average. And in these two books, you are going to learn a lot to understand what it means to be average and exactly what you need to do in order to move out of the danger of being average. The fourth degree of action is massive action. Though it might sound far-fetched, massive action is the most natural state of action there is for all of us. Just take a look at children. They are in constant action except something is wrong. When you are taking massive action, you are not thinking in terms of how many hours you work. When you start operating at the fourth degree of action, which is massive action, your mindset will shift, and so will your results. When you start taking massive action, people will begin to ask questions like, why are you still out this late at night? What are you doing calling us on Saturday or Sunday? You never quit, do you? I wish my people worked like this. Sometimes they even say, what are you on? Signals that you are taking massive action are having people comment upon and admire your level of activity. Taking massive action in AIM Global means making somewhat unreasonable choices and then following this up with even more action. This level of action will be considered by some to be the borderline insane, well beyond the agreed upon social norm, and will always create new problems for you. But remember, if you do not create new problems, then you are not taking enough action. You can also expect to be criticized and labeled by others when you start taking massive action. The moment you start hitting it big, you will immediately be judged by the mediocre. People who operate at the other three levels of action that I have spoken about will be threatened by your activity level and will often make it seem wrong in order to make themselves right. You will know you are stepping into the realm of massive action when 1. You create new problems for yourself, and 2. You start to receive criticisms and warnings from others. But stay strong. This activity will break you out of the state of mediocrity that you have been taught to accept. And in order to deliver at the level of massive action, you must take every opportunity that comes your way. In order for the endeavor you have chosen to work out for you, you have to make constant, relentless effort. Massive action can never hurt you and will always help you rather. This is also one place where quantity is more important than quality. Money and power follow attention. So whoever can get the most attention is the person who takes the most action and sooner or later will get the most results. No one is going to come to your house and make your dreams come true. No one is going to march into your company and make your products known to the world. In order to stand out from among the crowd and in order to stand out in AIM Global and for people to even consider you, your products, your services, your opportunity, and your team in AIM Global, you must take massive action. Making massive action a discipline will break you through obscurity, increase your value to the company and industry, and help you generate success in any area you choose, even outside AIM Global. So these are the 4 degrees of action that people are taking that you can also take in AIM Global. Do nothing, retreat, normal action, or massive action. If I am to advise and recommend to you any of these, I will recommend massive action, because massive action produces massive results. not just in AIM Global, but everywhere you find yourself. So if there is a skill you must learn how to take massive action every day, every week, every month, every year. That is your only guarantee of lasting and sustained success. This is where I'm going to end this presentation. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for watching. You are welcome to the wonderful world of Alliance in Motion Global, where we turn ordinary people into extraordinary multi-millionaires in more than 200 countries worldwide. And you can become one of these multi-millionaires if you only take the first step to join and partner with us. Thank you very much once again. Happy Business Day.